This is the new 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Does its new electrified powertrain make it better than our 2021 Crosstrek Sport? Well, we're going to find out as we go through all the features, take it for a drive, and then we compare the two in an off-road challenge. That's coming up right now on Driving Sports TV. This episode of Driving Sports TV is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. Click the link below to save 20% off your new membership using the code DSTV. On this channel, we have had a lot of fun with the Subaru Crosstrek. To this day, it's still one of my favorite compact crossovers. Of course, Subaru has made a couple attempts to electrify the Crosstrek's powertrain. The first one was just simply too mild, didn't improve power or economy very much. The second one was a plug-in electric hybrid. That one had pretty good performance and the all-electric range was actually kind of usable. However, the larger battery really caused a problem in the trunk. There was like no space back there. For this third generation hybrid attempt, the Crosstrek finally gets better economy and more power without really compromising cargo space. So does that mean that Subaru finally got it right? In this video, we're going to check out all the features, take it for a drive, and throughout this video, we'll compare it versus my personal 2021 Subaru Crosstrek Sport to see if it's lost anything in exchange for more power and efficiency. So popping the hood here, we of course have the standard position, or we can get into the more serious user maintenance position, so we have easier access here. So as far as owner maintenance, there's actually a lot we can do here. We have an oil filter easily accessible right on top, with engine oil filling right next to it. Dipstick is still right here. Of course, we have wiper fluid, just add that here, brake fluid, and coolant. So all the stuff that an owner will likely use for maintenance, it's all right there. Under the hood of this Crosstrek Hybrid is a 2.5-liter boxer engine enhanced with a pair of electric motors. These are integrated into the eCVT transmission, and they can run in either series or parallel modes. Combined, the system produces a peak 194 horsepower, making this the most powerful Crosstrek ever. This is attached to a traditional Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system, so you get both the benefits of electrification, but you also have a traditional all-wheel drive setup. EPA rates economy on the Crosstrek Hybrid at 36 miles to the gallon, both city and highway. That is a big jump over the standard 2.5's 26 city and 33 highway rating. One major departure from previous versions of the Crosstrek Hybrid is this one is actually available in 3 different trims. Previously, you could only get 1 trim. These are available in either premium, sport, or as we have here, a fully loaded limited in sand dune pearl paint. Price as you see it here with options and destination, $38,410 US. Because the hybrid battery lives under the floor, unfortunately, we don't have a spare tire here. We just have a fix-a-flat kit. And then in the side, we get an air compressor. Back here, we also get a tow loop. If you need to recover your vehicle, there's a screw-in point right there, and there's also one up front. Now back here, we do have a pretty nice setup because we get the mud mat, we have a cover. We also get a light back here. There is no light up here. I am 6'1", legs torso proportionate, and I am not going to lie down in this one because it's a subcompact. It's not really designed to be slept in. With the second row folded flat, we get 50.6 cubic feet overall. If you do option a tow hitch, the max you can pull here is 1,500 pounds. All trim levels do come with 18-inch wheels wrapped around all-season tires in a 225/55 R18 fitment. Ground clearance is 8.7 inches. Approach angle is limited to 18 degrees. Okay, let's try on the second row for size. Now this is a small vehicle, so yeah, it's going to be a little snug back here. I do have lots of legroom though, which is good. If I were driving, I would be seated here, and I got lots of space. Now my head, that's another issue. There is a cutout, so I am okay till the driver takes a right, in which case, hitting on the left here, which is not great. Down here, I do get USB-C, USB-A. Center, I have an armrest with integrated cup holders, and there is a vent down by me on the left here. That is not for blowing air, that's actually for cooling the hybrid battery system in the back. But yeah, overall, if I had a buddy who drove one of these and he said get in the back, if it was a short trip, I would be okay with it. Inside, it's very similar to any other Crosstrek Limited. We do get a digital gauge cluster up here, which is nice. That can be configured in a number of different ways. Down in the middle here, we do get their standard 11.6-inch vertical touchscreen display. When it first came out, I was very happy because it was a big improvement over Subaru systems of the past. However, it's been many years, and yeah, don't love this system. It's slow. The graphics aren't great. The good news is that the new Outback that is coming out in the next couple months actually has an all-new system. But with this vehicle, we are soldiering on with the old vertical system. In here, we can look at a lot of different pieces of car data. We can also turn on XM satellite radio. At this trim level, it actually comes with maps, which is nice. Navigation's by TomTom. That's particularly good if you happen to have no cellular signal. And then above that, we can look at a bunch of different displays, but this is also where you access X mode, either snow dirt or deep snow mud. It does come with dual X mode standard, even though this is a hybrid. But even though it's a hybrid, it is a standard symmetrical all-wheel drive setup, which is the key distinction of this hybrid versus other hybrids. We'll demonstrate the difference a little bit later. Down here we do get USB-A, USB-C, and aux input. Don't see that very often. There is the Subaru charging pad down here. I don't have a lot of luck with it. I find that usually it'll start charging and then it just stops charging most of the time. I have an iPhone 16 Pro with a little bit of a bump for the lenses, and I guess it doesn't like that. Down here we do get a view button because this is a Crosstrek with a full surround view camera system, which is awesome. Unfortunately, the cameras are low resolution and I don't think it uses the full display as well as it could, but it is better than nothing. Down here we do have high-low for heat on the seats, and these seats are pretty comfy. They are covered in the StarTex material. That's a synthetic leather. On the side I get 10-way power adjustments at this trim level. Passenger, however, gets good old-fashioned manual controls. Steering wheel, it is wrapped. It has contrast stitching with that orange highlights. I think it actually looks really nice. Get paddle shifters, controls for everything. On the left, that controls the digital gauge cluster and some of the stereo and phone. On the right, we have adaptive cruise control, as well as a heated steering wheel. That's a nice addition, plus the SI Drive Sport and Intelligent. And yes, this does come standard with Subaru's EyeSight system. That is a dual camera, or actually tri-camera now, collision mitigation system that also on this vehicle has blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alerts. It also has pedestrian detection, so it's basically the full suite of safety stuff. It's top rated, works really well. Okay, well, we've looked at all the features. Time to take this for a drive. We love Onyx Off-Road for planning our off-road adventures. Which trails to drive? How hard are they? Are they even open? Onyx Off-Road provides all that information in addition to tools to help plan and organize your next adventure. Have you watched one of our mini road trip videos? We use Onyx Off-Road to plan and navigate every adventure. And right now you can get 20% off your premium or elite membership to Onyx Off-Road with the code DSTV. That's of course an abbreviation for Driving Sports TV. Look for the link in the video description below or click this QR code. Punch it. It's not bad. This is the most powerful Crosstrek you can buy. And that's sad. I want a turbo Crosstrek, Subaru, come on. Instead, we get a hybrid. But the nice thing about the hybrid is it does have really good MPG. So, you know, I guess yay? Let's start with a 0 to 60 test. So no real drive modes. I guess I'll put it in SI Drive S for whatever that's worth. That just basically improves tip-in on throttle. I'm in drive, and let's go. 3, 2, 1, punch it. Hear those electric motors whir up as I start. And 60 in 7.64 seconds, which is interesting. Interesting because I think that's pretty close to what a standard Subaru Crosstrek can do. Okay, so let's talk about this car. Hybrid. Has it fundamentally changed how this car drives? No, not really, but I do appreciate the slight kick in power. And here's the funny thing. The Subaru Forester Hybrid, which we did test recently, did get the exact same powertrain. The problem is the Forester weighs 300 pounds more. That's bringing along a very large buddy with you whenever you go somewhere. The Crosstrek, yeah, it's smaller, it's lighter, so that extra power really feels significant. And it drives much better. That's why I love this vehicle and I like the Forester. That's the difference. And it was true even when this was just a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter. I prefer the Crosstrek for many reasons, but one of which was the fact that it just drove better. It was quicker. And that's why I bought one. I actually own a 2.5 liter 2021 Subaru Crosstrek Sport. It was the very first model, the first year that they finally put the 2.5 liter in the Crosstrek. And I will tell you this, my wife will never part with that car, or so it seems. I keep trying to get her to swap it out with something newer and she refuses. She loves that car. Anyway, I like it too. It's a great ride. Now, one thing I don't care for with this vehicle is the fact that the driver's seat is actually so high. I would kind of like an inch lower in the seat than what I'm getting. You know, I'm 6'1". I have kind of, I guess, a longish torso because I'm proportionate. Most people have longer legs. Don't have a ton of room up here, frankly. Steering feedback is positive, very nice. And I even like this new digital gauge cluster. I don't love the design of it. Subaru's designers, frankly, aren't very good. I'm sorry to say, guys. The design that they do, it always is trying to be something traditional. Like here we have a couple gauges that look like traditional gauges. It's like, no, make me something digital that actually looks good. Don't give me this skeuomorphic design where you're trying to look like something from the real world. No, you're digital, own it, make it look nice. But it does give me all the information that I need at a glance, so that is good. Power! No, it doesn't sound bad. Now this does have the ECVT transmission, which gives a really nice direct feel. I actually do really like that about this one. Like when you stab it, it takes a moment for things to kick in, but you do feel it. It is quite nice. Okay, let's try the adaptive cruise control system. I basically turn it on, it goes green, and now it should be able to track down the middle of the lane. Pretty good. Keep hands on wheel. Okay, I wanted me to put my hands back on the wheel. On the road, fun to drive. I like the little extra power. I like the ECVT transmission. It seems to complain less and feel a little bit more directly engaged, which is kind of the whole point of that, and I think it's good. Electric motors, nice little punch. Is it worth the amount of money they're asking for this? Well, that's going to be up to you. I think that this is getting kind of expensive for what it is. As for interior noise, it's pretty much your common fare for a Crosstrek. You do get, of course, the whirs from the electric motors, but I think those actually sound kind of cool. But, you know, as for that, there's a little wind noise, but not much else. It's actually pretty nice in here. Okay, let's kick this off with a little rally driving test. So I am going to go into settings here. I'm going to turn off VDC because there's no actual like drive modes. I'm going to put the SI drive into S. Sure, why not? And yeah, that's basically it. Let's go ahead and stab it and see what we can do. 3, 2, 1, punch it! Oh, the speed is good though. Not a lot of wheel spin though. It wants you to be safe. Okay, this is fun. Now that we had a chance to drive this on the street, we're going to hop into my 2021 Subaru Crosstrek and see how it compares. I bought this brand new in 2020 as a 2021 model. And yes, this is actually the same car that I used in a video reviewing this back in 2020. This one came with a small infotainment interface, no wireless CarPlay or Android Auto available. It has a 2.5 liter boxer engine making a peak 182 horsepower. We got mice problems. Need to clean that out. And it also has the dual X-Mode off-road traction system. We did upgrade the tires on this to the Falken Wild Peak Trail tires. They are a very mild all-terrain that is 3-peak rated, and we did so because we actually take this over the mountain passes quite a lot, and we wanted something that would give us just a little bit of an edge over a standard all-season. The time to beat here is 7.64 seconds. I wonder if this 2.5 liter, 5-year-old 2021 Crosstrek can beat that. Let's see. So for setup, I am going to put the SI drive into the sport setting. Not like that really does anything, but you know, might as well. I'm going to keep it in drive, and I'm just going to mosh the throttle. I'm not going to preload because that's what I did with the other one. I just hit the throttle. 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty good pickup off the line, actually. 50 and 60 in 7.84 seconds. So the hybrid is 0.2 seconds faster. That's not a lot. You might be wondering that with all the extra horsepower in the hybrid, why is it not that much faster than this one? Well, simply one word. Weight. There is about 400 pounds difference between this 2021 Crosstrek 2.5 and the new 2026 hybrid. And that isn't just the powertrain that is adding that weight. Even just the new Crosstrek versus this old one adds about 100 pounds. So you add 100 pounds for that, you add 300 pounds for the batteries and the electric motors, and basically at the end of the day, you get a vehicle that costs a lot more, gets much better gas mileage, yet is really no more fun to drive than this one. In fact, I think this vehicle is more fun to drive than the hybrid. Even though the hybrid has a little bit more kick off the line, the fact is that lightness matters. Lightness is one of the main things you need for a car that not only brakes better, handles better, and just feels better. I mean, ask anybody who drives a Miata. That's why the Miata is awesome. It's so lightweight. And I even get paddle shifters on this thing too. Now granted, it still has a CVT, and it is the chain-driven Lineartronic CVT as opposed to the hybrid, which has the Toyota built eCVT, which is planetary gear sets, has a little bit more direct of a feel. That's probably one of the reasons why the hybrid feels a little bit more kind of launch off the line, why it feels more direct, is because of that transmission. However, this one is fine. Like, I have no issues with this transmission. So the EPA rating on this vehicle was 27 miles to the gallon in the city and 34 on the highway. Given our history with this car, because we have owned it for 5 years, I would say that we kind of get the numbers within there. It's actually really been an economical car to own and drive. And we've had like no issues with it. Okay, now let's switch out to the 2026 Crosstrek Hybrid and see how it deals with off-road challenges. But first, woohoo, yeah! Man, this car is tossable. I love it. I don't even have to turn off traction control. It can have fun even with it on. It's crazy. Okay, that was really fun. Now it's time to test the symmetrical all-wheel drive system, specifically X-Mode. And to start, we're gonna hop into the 2026 Hybrid. Gonna kick things off pretty easy here with our fun forest. The easiest of our off-road courses, but it should give us a good feel for what this system is capable of. Like a normal Crosstrek, this has 8.7 inches of ground clearance. Now, I'm not going to turn on X mode yet. There are option menus up here for it, but I want to kind of see what this will do first. Oh, and because this is the limited trim, it actually has a surround view camera system, which I can toggle through various views, which is cool. It's not a great camera system, but at least it does give me all the angles, so that's kind of nice. Okay, coming on up here. What's going to happen here is that wheels without grip are going to start spinning. Brakes will then be applied, which then pushes that power back into the system. I call it brake vectoring. Some other people call it that as well. But basically what it does is it allows these open differential vehicles to have more capability without having the expense of adding, a locker or an LSD. And we haven't turned on X mode yet. This is just normal. Let's see what we get for traction shifting. Still gets us through. There is still wheel braking happening there. That's interesting. So even if you do find yourself in a quick predicament, you don't necessarily have to engage X mode. However, X mode should make quicker work of that with less trail damage. So let's go ahead and go into snow dirt and do that again. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, much stronger brake vectoring happening there. Very nice. Lift a wheel on the left there. Whoa, big time. And now we're going to climb out. I like the size of this vehicle. It really makes it really manageable on tight trails. It's very nice. Keep the throttle in and boom, there we go. Okay. One of the features also added into X mode is hill descent control, which we can test right over here. Bring up our view button here. There we go. Change different angles. Let's do front angle. So unlike many other vehicles which do require you to hit a button for hill descent control, with X mode it's just turned on by default. And it does take your approach speed and uses that to set your descent. Using brakes on all four sides, see, I just crowned. Let's go ahead and take my foot off the brake altogether. And it just eases me down slowly. Okay, kind of slowly. But we were able to get down without any catastrophe, so that's good. Now, of course, this is a standard street level trim. It does not have all-terrain tires. It doesn't have like skid plates or anything like that. So we're not going to really push this too far, but I am really curious how well this really shifts power around. So we should learn something with the mogul test right here. Okay, let's get that camera back up. Keeps shutting off on me. Okay, first bump right on the right there. Down we go. Lift that wheel. Now I am in X mode, snow dirt. I'm just gonna use the vehicle to push me forward. Now I'm not using momentum and just charging through here, simply because this is about testing the system. Anything can get through anything with enough momentum. Likewise, I'm not choosing an easier line because that's the whole point of the test. It's to stress the all-wheel drive system. Go up and over. We should get a big dip here in a second. There we go. Keep the wheels straight and up. Ooh, that's a big tilt. Gonna rub the front at all? No. Nice. Now it is a 19-degree approach angle on this, which is not great, but it is better than some others in the class. Okay, got through that really easy. Now on to the sand slide. Let's see how high up we can go with these stock all-season tires. It's really going to lift that rear tire. Now I'm just adding a little throttle, pushing us forward. Obviously grip is going to be an issue. Got up and no problem. Nice. Even with what are basically the wrong tires. Got one more lift here. Can we lift up? Can we lift up? Boom, there we go. Yeah, no problem. I'd say this actually did really well. Now, did it do better than the Forester Hybrid? It's hard to say because that really started to have issues on an extreme vertical climb. Something I haven't done with this vehicle yet. So, as far as today's test is concerned, I'd say this is very good. Like, the type of trails that most people are going to do with a stock version of this car, it can handle them no problem. If you wanted to get something a little bit more extreme, I mean, to this day, I still say get something that's better built for that, typically a body-on-frame SUV. So the Hybrid did really well in the off-road challenge. No real issues, actually. But now let's see how it compares against this one. I expect that they'll perform pretty similarly. Oh, I love this car. It's so much fun. Oh, yeah. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and skip the easy fun forest because I know that's kind of fun and boring. So we're gonna pick up with this hill descent control and then go straight to the moguls. Just like on the Hybrid, to activate hill descent control, I just have to put it into X mode. It doesn't matter which one. And this is equipped with the dual mode X mode, both snow dirt and deep snow mud. Put it into drive, and let's do it. Now this test, having the better tires for off-road on this test will actually matter because we'll probably slip less, I would guess. But the mogul test, it's not going to make a big difference. There we go. Stop and pull. Oh, still slid a little bit, but we cleared both things. I would say, I feel like the Hybrid actually grabbed quicker and was a little bit more of an easing down than this one. It's very small difference though, but it feels like that one, it's a little bit better. Now on to the moguls. Okay, like on the other tests, I'm just going to keep it in X mode. We're just going to do normal snow and dirt. We're not going to do the deep snow and mud because we just don't need it here. I don't have a camera system here. That is one thing that this car is lacking. It wasn't available the year I bought this. Just keep it easy. Not use momentum. We're just going to crawl through. I have to admit, I did like the electric crawl on the other vehicle. It just felt nice. I don't know why. Okay, now we got the big tip here. Add a little throttle, let it do the work. Ooh, big tip. Yeah, neither of these have good articulation. They're pretty much equal, I think, in that department. And then we get through, no problem. Okay, now sand slide. Okay, we're gonna try the same line that I did with the Hybrid. Go as high as we can, really lift that rear wheel up. So we gotta do some work here. Just little throttle, just barely crawling. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, just continue on. You got this, you got this. Whoa, you can hear those brakes grabbing those spinning wheels and pushing us forward. No problem. Okay, well, that was very close. I think we need to do a replay of how both these vehicles handled that last section. What I think is really interesting is that in spite of generational differences, there's a lot of similarities between these two vehicles. But I got some thoughts, so let's park and then we're going to wrap this up. So what was the point of this comparison? Well, the 2021 was really standing in just for a standard 2.5 liter Subaru Crosstrek, which we did not have available at the time of filming. However, I think there's going to be a lot of buyers out there who have the older Crosstreks who are considering maybe upgrading to a new one. I bought that one in 2020 as a 2021 model. We have about 40,000 miles on it. My wife drives it every day and she loves it. In fact, she said, don't you dare buy me one of these because she prefers that car. As for me, I'm kind of a toss-up. I like the fact that this has, of course, wireless Apple CarPlay. That one doesn't even have that. It predates that. And I do like the way that the hybrid powertrain handles on this. I didn't find any deficiencies in the way that it handled both on-road and off-road in terms of just how it worked. It worked like symmetrical all-wheel drive should work. Neither of these are going to run the Rubicon. Both of them are comfortable. At the end of the day, it's what do you want? Do you want the better economy, or do you want to just get a standard 2.5 liter and be good with it? Personally, I think for the money in this size of car, I prefer going with the cheaper option. What do you want? Post a comment below. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share videos. We make them for you. I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see you again right here on the next video.